Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Tuesday, early morning. This is another one of my favorite days of the year. Opening night for NBA. I already dropped a video over on TikTok, which is the Golden State Warriors Lakers video. If you're not following me on TikTok yet, please go over, type in #guy with the picks, all one word, hit follow, and every time I drop a video, you'll get notified which game it is. You'll definitely want to be a part of NBA season this year. I can guarantee you that. The game we're dropping on here is Philly versus Boston. This line opened up at Boston -5. It sits at Boston -2. The total opened up at 213. It sits at 216.5. Opening night, I couldn't wait. We got a good one. Should be a very physical game. And what we do know about this game is Robert Williams will not be playing. Gallinari will not be playing. That's what we do know. So Old Faithful, Al Horford, will be playing center. And I don't see that being that big of a problem. I know other people will say it's a huge problem, it's a bad problem. Al Horford is a really, really good defender. Really good defender. Old or not. Boston had some big acquisitions on the offseason. They brought in Malcolm Brogdon, being the biggest one. Another absolute great two-way player, and to be honest with you, his defense is probably better. His defense is better than his offense. I mean, what do you expect? That's what Virginia breds in college, anyways. They bred defenders. And Malcolm Brogdon is a good one. They also brought Blake Griffin over. That'll also help the bench also in a big way. Like I said, they brought Gallinari over, but he will not be playing tonight. 76ers this year, by far, have one of the deepest teams in the NBA. They brought over P.J. Tucker, absolute great defender, headache for pretty much whoever that he covers. We know who he will be covering tonight. They brought over Melton. They brought over Daniel House Jr. They brought over Montrezl Harrell. I'm talking very deep team. And we get to see a full season of Harden on this team also. The Celtics were the #1 defensive team in the NBA last year. And all they did in the offseason was build up and bulk up their defense. They were first in opponents' field goal percentage. They were 7th versus the three-point shot. Philly was the 9th best defensive team last year, and all they did was beef up their defense. They were 2nd best versus opponents' threes, and they were 8th versus opponents' field goals. P.J. Tucker will be harassing Jason Tatum all game long. And don't get me wrong, Tatum will get his. I just think it's going to take a little longer than possible, a little longer than normal, and more shot attempts to get what he normally gets. I think Tucker will give him some troubles. And with him taking, in my theory of him having to take more shots to get where his numbers normally are, obviously that's going to take time off the clock. And then we got the reigning defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, also with Malcolm Brogdon. They're going to cause pretty much hell for Maxey and Harden the whole game. There's great individual matchups all through this game. With here's a big key to everything when I look at this game. Harden will be controlling the ball. And we saw last year that he was a little bit slower than the year before, and that comes with age. I mean, that's just not going to disappear. That comes with age. And that'll be the case again this year. Listen, Harden, absolute superstar, one of the best players in the NBA, without a shadow of a doubt. But the style of basketball that he went from Houston and now being in Philadelphia, it's a lot less fast breaks, and it's a lot more set up half court. And anybody that knows basketball, teams that don't typically look for the lanes all the time and take off and just take off and take off, typically it's more of a physical, slow, grind-out game. Setting up plays, we know that favors less possessions, which is lower scoring. Really not sure why this line moved up 3.5. I have no idea. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining one bit because I was all over the under at 213. I blinked my eyes and it's a 216. Thank you. I'll take that 100%. It's the first game of the year. I do not expect these two teams to be razor sharp tonight either. I see a little bit of sloppiness in this game. If we only get a quarter of sloppiness, that's plenty. But they will not be razor sharp tonight. There will be some sloppy play. And I think you guys already know what the play is in this game. The play is take under 216.5 in the Philly-Boston game. Guys, you definitely want to jump on for this NBA season. Somewhere along the season, we will find a team, and we will fade them consistently throughout the year. Until then, we're going to just pick winners after winners after winners. That's what we're going to do. Guys, you already know what I'm going to do until I get back to you. I'm going to get back to getting this cash.